Hello everyone, my name's Miles and I run the Facebook page, the group page, Tarantula Enthusiasts UK. I thought I'd treat myself yesterday to a new camcorder, HD Panasonic camcorder, so just testing it out, and I thought I'd do you guys that have joined the group recently and those that have been members since I set it up about 4 or 5 months ago. A tour of my tarantulas, 21 of them here and one more in the living room. They haven't been fed for about a week, so I'm going to do a little feeding video for you guys and show you which species I've got, and anyway, hope you enjoy it. Right guys, so this is the first tarantula that I'm going to show you, which is actually the oldest tarantula I have, the largest tarantula that I have. And I've had this girl for about 12 years now. Her name's Wilma and she's a Nandu colorata velocis, common name Brazilian black and white. About a 7 to 8 inch leg span. Not one that I recommend for handling. Not very aggressive, but she's a really bad hair kicker. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see her eating, and she's decided to climb up the back of her wall. I just thought I'd give you guys a quick look at her. I won't video actually feeding her, so when I've paused this footage I'll pop some crickets in and we'll get on to the next one. This is Betty. This is my Grammostola rosea, common name Chili Rose. I've had this girl now about 10 years. We'll try and feed her, but I know full well that she hasn't eaten for about 3 or 4 months, which is quite common for G. roseas to fast, as you all know, but we'll give her a go anyway. Just pop another one in there for her. She doesn't look like she's going to eat it, so we'll move on to the next one. Hi guys, this is tarantula number 3. This is Zizi, my Euthalatus camprostratus. I've had her about a year now, and as you can tell, that these species I recommend for the beginner. Pretty docile. She is handleable, although I'm not going to handle her at the moment because I know that she hasn't eaten for a few weeks. She does look as if she could be in pre-molt, so her abdomen's a little bit dark, so I'm not going to disturb her too much, but I just thought I'd get her out so you guys can see her. Okay, I'll put her back now. Now guys, this is tarantula number 4. This is Bella, which is my Brachypelma amelia, common name Mexican painted redleg. Now this girl should eat because she usually does. It's very rare. She's in her little hide at the moment, so you've got a job to see her, but I'll take this out, give you a look at her, because I think she's one of the most gorgeous tarantulas that are currently on the market. Bit of a hair kicker, but not too aggressive. I'll pop a couple of crickets in there, see how she goes. She may not be too keen to eat as I've taken her hide out. I think she may be a bit weary actually because I've taken her hide out. But anyone that's new to the tarantula hobby, this is one species that I would recommend having in your collection. Very docile, easily to maintain, and I believe a much better looking species than the B. smithy, which we'll see later on. Okay, so there's Bella for you, B. Amelia. Right guys, this is my pair of Brachypelma smithies, common name Mexican red leg, Mexican red knee should I say, apologies there. Probably the tarantula that got us all in the hobby in the first place. The one on my right, which you're looking at now, is Runaway, my sub-adult, and the one on the left is Inca, my fully grown mature female. My partner's just struggling to get her in shot there. This is Inca, fully mature female, about 6 years old now she is. She's actually one of the most friendliest spiders that I've got here. She's usually very handleable, but not a very good eater. She doesn't eat that often, hence why I'm only going to put the one cricket in there. But gorgeous spider nonetheless. Go back to the one on the right, Inca. She's usually a pretty good eater. So hopefully, for the first time, you'll actually get to see one taking its food. It's very rare that she doesn't eat. And once again I'm going to be called a liar. But that's my pair of B. smithies anyway. On to the next one. Right, on to the next one. This is, I don't think we have a name for this one yet, but this is my Euathalus species red, which I purchased just before Christmas off of Steve Thornton. Anyone that's seen him about on Facebook, he's got a tarantula group himself, Web Slingers Tarantulas. I purchased this one off him just before Christmas, and I would go as far as saying now that this species of tarantula, the Euathalus species red, common name Chili Flame, is probably one of the most docile tarantulas in the hobby now. I've never come across anybody yet that's got one that's remotely even shown aggression, and I'm surprised this girl's actually still in her tank, because usually when I take the lid off she climbs straight out and onto my hand. But we'll feed her anyway and see how we get on. She's usually a pretty good eater. And they're actually a dwarf species, these as well. They don't get very big. So as far as I'm aware, about 3 to 4 inches maximum size. So, but temperament wise, I don't think you can beat them.
And very calm, isn't she?
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant species for handling. Not that handling is recommended in the tarantula hobbyist, because it's not. But if you want a tarantula that you want to hold, this is probably my #1 favourite species for handling, the Chili Flame. Right, we'll move on to the next one. Right, this is my next one, another Grammostola rosea, but as you can see this is the red colour form. Name's Rihanna. I don't name my tarantulas, by the way, my partner does that. I just let her get on with it. I'm not going to feed this girl because, as you can see, there's a cricket already in her tank, which I put in last week when I fed them, and she still hasn't eaten it yet. Typical G. rosea. She can go 2 or 3 months eating me out of house and home, and then go 2 or 3 months without eating at all. So, I just thought I'd document her on video for you, so you can get a glimpse of what she looks like. Fairly calm spider. Never showed any threat postures or kicked hairs at me or anything like that. So that's my G. rosea red colour form. Tarantula number 9. This is my Brazilian black, Latin name Grammostola pulchra. And I've got to be honest, this is my favourite species that I've got. When she molted about 3 months ago, she was jet black and she looked absolutely stunning. She's gone a bit on the grey side now, but we'll give her a cricket and see whether she eats. She's usually a pretty good eater. I'll put another one in there because I know that she will eat. It's not going too well at the moment, is it? The first time I've ever decided to do a feeding video and none of my spiders are eating.
She's just playing with it.
I never get my tarantulas down on the table and feed them like this. I usually feed them while they're still on the stand, so whether that's got anything to do with why none of them have eaten so far yet, I don't know, but we'll keep going and hopefully we'll get a result and one of them will eat on camera. But a gorgeous species nonetheless. Let's move on to the next one. Got a nice little surprise here. I was just going to feed the Grammostola pulchra peas the charcoal golden knee, and I've noticed that she's actually molted. So I'm just going to use my tweezers to get this out with. So you can actually see what a molt looks like. She's actually done this sometime in the last few days because it's breaking up already, so I've not been at home a lot the last 2-3 days, so I haven't checked on them since about Thursday. She hadn't done it on Thursday, but
she has been hiding though, hasn't she?
But that's a molt for you. So I'm going to leave it a few days before feeding this girl again because I don't know when she molted, so I don't want to try and feed her a bit too soon. Let's let her harden up first. But
result,
as you can see, another attractive species, usually very docile, and they also get quite a size as well. So,
trying to get back into the shell.
We'll just put her back in her shell there. Try not to disturb her too much. Chuffed to nuts about that actually. Because I've had her about 7 months now and she hadn't molted since I've had her, so I'm led to believe that every spider that I now own has actually molted, so she was the last one. But there's a molt for you, and we'll move on to the next one.